everyone, it's Marsh the Fox. So today I want to kind of briefly go over the sorts of rocks and minerals that I'll be handing out at Anthrocon. There's stories, both geologic and personal, because a lot of these minerals, rock samples that I'll be handing out have been personally collected and are from my personal collection. And just kind of, describe what they are, where they came from, all that fun stuff. So the first rock we have here, let's start at this end. This is a slate from the Sid Formation in North Carolina. It was collected at Jacobs Creek Rock Quarry, which is on Slate Mine Road in Denton, North Carolina, near, where's that near? It's near, what is this? It's near Stanley, near the town of Stanley, North Carolina. So this rock was collected while I was on a research project with Western Carolina University studying the New London Fold in North Carolina. The New London Fold is, generally speaking, a 600 million year old package of sedimentary rocks that were deposited during the Ediacaran period. When that particular area in North Carolina was a shallow sea, mostly composed, or mostly being made, mostly kind of on the edge of a volcanic island arc, and a lot of ash and volcanic rock was deposited into that sea, which is how we get this rock right here. This would be like fine-grained sediment, like very fine ash that's being deposited by like ashfall from clouds into that ocean. Later on, this would be compressed and kind of wedged onto the continent. And yeah, so it's a very fine quality slate. It's very tabular. So I have plenty of pieces of that because I had a few big chunks that I just kind of need to get rid of. Don't really need them. Next rock we have here, and this will represent a few localities that I'll be delivering from, or be handing out from. This is a Garnet amphibolite from the Coweta group, which is a large package, I guess you could say. It's not like a formation, it's a little bit bigger than that, but large package of rocks that are about 500 million years old that occur in the southern half of western North Carolina in the Blue Ridge Mountains from Asheville to about the border towards getting into South Carolina and Georgia there. A lot of these rocks are very abundant in garnet. This one, so you can see there's that black and white peppery appearance you see, that is amphibole and quartz and feldspar, and those reds in there you see, that is garnet. This one was actually picked up on a roadside outcrop near US 64, around the town of Shooting Creek, that's the name. So around the town of Shooting Creek, grabbed kind of from rocks that had fallen off the outcrop and towards the road. Actually, yep, so, and so these guys, these also represent some of the stuff I'm going to be handing out from the Dillsboro Quarry, which is the main gravel supplier for the area around Sylva, North Carolina, Western Carolina University, where I went to school at. They're chock full of garnets and super cool. So that's going to be one of the ones I'm handing out. And a lot of these are going to be from North Carolina. So it is my home state, and it's where I've done most of my collecting. So this right here is a smaragdite. It's an amphibolite. The type of amphibole is a unique one called smaragdite. Smaragdite is just kind of a very green amphibole variety. It occurs in metamorphic complexes that are associated with oceanic rocks, but very close to the mantle oceanic rocks. And there's a few other things going on with this one. This one's kind of interesting, but generally speaking, oceanic rocks that have been wedged up onto the continent and heavily deformed by metamorphism. These do contain rubies. This actually comes from Tuckygale Mountain in Nantahala National Forest. This comes from towards the top of the ridge there. There are a few old abandoned corundum mines with huge tailing piles, and this is one of the rocks from there. Next one we have here is a tourmaline bearing, and tourmaline is that black tabular mineral you can see right there. It is that black tabular mineral, and this one comes from the Crabtree Emerald Mine in Little Switzerland, North Carolina, near Spruce Pine. It's part of the Spruce Pine mining district. The Crabtree Emerald Mine has been operated for quite a long time. It's a pretty big collector site now for Western North Carolina. It used to be operated by Tiffany & Co. in the 90s. They didn't find enough, eventually they stopped finding enough emeralds to want to continue working on that. And so now it is operated by the Mountain Area Gem and Mineral Association. And they do fee digs there all the time. Emeralds are hard to find, but tourmaline is super easy to come across there. So I have plenty of it from rocks that I've collected looking for emeralds and ended up not finding any. So that's just one of the rocks that I'll be passing out there. There's another one. And another one from the Spruce Pine Mine, or from the Spruce Pine Mining District, that I'll also be passing out are some from the Ray and Sinkhole mica mines. They kind of get murky because I don't know which ones they're from because they look so similar to each other. This one's definitely from the Ray mine, though. I remember grabbing this one. This is a muscovite pegmatite. And a pegmatite is basically a rock that is, it's like a granite, but the crystals grew really big. I think it's the easiest way to put it, due to some kind of interaction between the magma and the water. The crystals grew extra large on these guys, and so it's like your granite countertop, but all those little grains in the granite countertop are now really, really big. They form a lot of really cool minerals because of how large they grow, the crystals in this one grow, and how large the grain size is in these guys. And so they're super cool looking. A lot of these are going to have garnets, the ones that I'm passing out in Anthrocon. A lot of them are kind of like ones that I grabbed because they had garnets, but then when I went to look at them, they didn't have really enough garnets for me to try and sell them, and I had better material, and so I just kind of like, I'm like, alright, you guys can go to the con. You guys are good. You guys are good. You guys are still cool looking, but I don't think I can make any money off of you, so we'll pass you along to the con. Not that they're not super cool looking, but they would be worth enough for me to sell. But besides the point. And then last one we have here, I'm going to have quite a bit of this stuff. This is, and these plant fossils are particularly hard to see from this distance, so I don't know if you'll be able to pick those out very well. They are the darker ends of that. Those are plant fossils from the Beckley coal mines in West Virginia. I actually grabbed this rock as I was driving back from Anthrocon last year. And found a huge boulder just packed full of plant fossils from the Carboniferous era. The Beckley coal mine is struck into what's called the New River Formation. It's a coal-bearing sedimentary formation that dates back to the Pennsylvanian, when that whole area was covered in a shallow sea that would kind of come inland and then recede, with some giant massive forests that would have held a bunch of really cool looking giant bugs and all that like classic Carboniferous life forms. Yeah, this is a piece of that. Yeah, these guys, they grabbed a big boulder thinking it would have some really cool fern leaves or something on the inside of it, because there were plant fossils all the way through, and it did have some cool fossils, but a lot of them were very small, and it just kind of like a lot of very small plant fossils, and I did need 700 of those, so I just kind of, a lot of these are going to go to the con because they're cool looking and they are plant fossils, and they are an important part of not only West Virginia's history, geologic history, but Pittsburgh area's geologic history as well. It's a very similar formation. All those rocks up there, they are coal bearing. It is part of the coal history in that area. It doesn't come from a coal mine. And so that's just a general overview of the type of rocks that I'll be giving out at Anthrocon, and I hope you all enjoy them. All of these right here are self-collected. Yeah, realizing that. So none of these are any that I purchased. These are all self-collected minerals, and I really hope you all enjoy them and appreciate the geology behind them. And yeah, that's about all for me. I just wanted to do a quick recap on everything that I'm going to be having, and I hope you all have a wonderful time at this con.